Hi, I'm Kylie. Today's reaction video is Every Singaporean Son, Season 3, Episode 5, From Fit to Combat Fit. Let's get to it.
This is our story. Our story of every Singaporean son.
Okay, what's going to happen now? You're going to go to the SOC ground. The FTs will teach you the techniques of clearing. Tighten your boots. These are the high elements where you can get injured and put yourself out of course. Is that clear? Yes.
I'm seeing a rifle. Let's go, let's go. Go, let's go. Go, go, come on, come on, come on. Okay, go, go, go. Let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go.
Go and take a water bottle.
Drop off. Hey, holding guitar.
Rifle.
Are you?
U.S. Army basic training. We have a Fit to Win course, which is an optional course like this. We went through it twice.
Not low port lah, this one. High port
We call it not port arms, low ready. That's low ready. U.S. Marines also have an optional course. They go through at least twice, I think. And probably the Air Force has one too, the Space Force, maybe, you know. Coast Guard, I have no idea. But I don't remember taking our weapons on the course though. I don't think we had our weapons that day.
Get hold of the grip first, then move forward. Bend yourself a bit, don't bend forward.
So,
don't lean forward.
why they're taking their canteens? I'm guessing that they do this course at least twice, and this first time they're carrying the canteen just because it's safer than a rifle, and it still simulates the weight of a rifle, kind of. I'm guessing that's why they're carrying a canteen. Can someone enlighten me in the comments, please? Because I'm just kind of guessing.
One more. Look out. One more. Okay, let's go. One more. Breathe. Very good. One more. Yes. Very good.
The mindset that a recruit should always have is looking forward towards the end. Personal self-achievement where they actually achieve something that they think that they could not have done it at the start.
Sergeant Fawley told me, there will be many moments where you just want to complain, you want to get out of this. But, the only thing you can do is really to suck thumb.
Hey, don't waste time.
Suck thumb? Is that a Singaporean phrase? Can someone let me know? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, you scared of height? Yes, I scared of height. Check. Lean forward. Let go the hand. Hold your bottle. Hold. Lean backwards a bit. Hold. Lean backwards a bit. Yes. Well done. Are you playing guitar? Close your head.
Although it sounds very superficial, but I realized that, in life, you really help us to be more like positive. Why not just do it quick?
Optional courses are also very good confidence boosters. You could also call it a confidence course even.
Okay, gentlemen, this is your first route march of many more to come. The pace is going to be like this, 4 kilometers per hour, and the load is going to start to increase.
That's not too bad at all.
Progressive training, so you all start off with vest and slack to get your feel it.
How you get to hell?
So next one is 8 kilometers.
We have the same cadence in the U.S. military.
16 and then 24. Clear?
The U.S. Army will also have progressive ruck marches where we'll start at a 2 mile, 4, 6, 8, and then the final one will be a 12 mile. So I will say this, Singapore has the US Army when it comes to ruck marches, because I just saw, was it 16 kilometers or 24 kilometers, which I think is about 15 miles. So yes, that is longer than the US Army's final march.
There will be different terrains where there will be up slope and down slope. With the load that they're going to carry, is going to see their perseverance and how they motivate each other throughout the march.
The worst terrain I had to ruck on at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, was sand. The soft sand is the worst terrain you'll be
The route march
rucking
is
on.
important
It
because
sucks.
it's to measure the recruits' combat fitness, their physical endurance, and their mental strength.
Week by week and day by day, I feel, or maybe we feel, that we are slowly transitioning to being like a soldier lah, from civilian to soldier, since we are going through this BMT phase.
What is that
Personally,
yellow
I feel that I've achieved quite a bit from these few
See,
weeks.
platoon guide or
Being
platoon
in
leader?
camp, I see myself in I would say a very nice setting, because I get to, I think, like display my, I don't want to boast lah, but leadership skills. I keep telling myself that the pain will not last forever. It will be gone away sooner or later.
That's true.
Hey Nabil, your boots look good, no?
Yeah, cause
Are they allowed to change into civilian clothes on the weekends?
My time not like this one.
Like what?
I think a bit harder lah. Yeah.
No need to wipe.
This one
Cause I thought you need to put kiwi first, then you wipe.
Really?
Or this one legend way.
Okay, being my only son, I want him to go through this phase of life where he has to have a bit of suffering with his fellow bunkmates, and hopefully he will turn out better and remembers and cherishes this part of his life.
Now is some bulan Ramadan and fasting.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I can fast in the jungle, because I don't know whether I can survive for like the whole day lah.
Because most likely you have to buka and sahur in the jungle.
Yeah lah, with all the other
so with the
Malays
other platoon
in the
mates lah.
company.
Yeah, correct. The key thing is you need to drink lots of water lah.
Water.
I think as a precaution, if you really feel like you're seeing stars, or you feel like blacking out, I think it's better to maybe consider to break your fast. Just have your fast after the fasting month. Yeah, just to make up lah. Yeah, correct.
Back in the days,
I think Ramadan is usually in March or April, which is generally pretty hot weather in Singapore even. But the thing about preventing heat injuries is that it's not just about drinking water, it's also about eating too. So I do feel for these Muslim recruits who have to fast during this time, because it is tough to do all this training on an empty stomach, and it can be dangerous also.
it was about in August 1995. I think I was enlisted to Tekong in 2 BTS.
Tekong,
Jaguar
is that
company.
where
in
the
total, I trained
basic training
about
is?
5 batches of recruits as a platoon sergeant.
Just make sure you spread it more evenly across.
And I learned that he was a platoon sergeant. I was quite shocked lah. Like, wow, my father is a platoon sergeant lah. He has a rank lah, and it's like, that means he has survived all those like training lah, like going through jungle, all like he done all of it lah.
Okay, good. Okay. Bye.
BMT instructor, a lot of people think it's easy. Yes, in terms of teaching it's easy, but managing the people is not so easy. Because recruits being recruits, as they say, they will be always lost. They don't know what to do. We cannot assume they know everything. My biggest worry at CQB is actually my boys in my platoon who are actually fasting, which includes Third Sergeant Fauzi, Recruit Nabil, and Recruit Dini. And I'm worried that they might not able to keep up the training.
It's good that he's keeping tabs on his soldiers. He's a good leader.
Who's not here?
So this is the fun stuff.
Good morning, guys. Okay, today is CQB. You're going to learn on fighting on the urban operations. So there are few drills that you need to learn. Number one is the movement drill. Finally, before we wrap up for the day, will be the room clearing drill in a group. The highest attrition rate, okay, happens in CQB is because of you're fighting in close quarter combat. Take note, you're gonna fire blanks inside. Earplugs must always be on. Clear?
Meaning failing training or dying or getting injured. What do you mean by that exactly? US military does the same thing. Set up radio comms.
We just use the TRS.
It's a safety thing for the most part.
Later got someone trying to. Dragon COS, Dragon COS. This is Fauzi. Radio check over. Radio check over.
We will continue to use this as a primary means. Anything comes our coil line, because we already managed to get the comms up. Okay.
The back of your ear.
Fine.
Spread your fingers. Break the high features, which is all the bones.
Just now, this one not facial, you know. This is not a facial wash. Just smash everything on your face.
I think that's Sergeant Kelsey.
Don't take your own sweet time.
Be generous on using the green. Do not be stingy.
I was quite disgusted with the idea of, with the thought of applying camo on my face, but it's not too bad because the camo doesn't taste too bad either.
Enough, more than enough.
Left to right.
Yes, left to right.
At least I know how many is not ready. Let's go, hurry up.
I looked around at all my friends. I felt like it made us feel like we were all ready to be soldiers.
Yeah, you feel badass once you get your war paint on.
Beyond the point of serve, green come. Green come. It's IC. We'll say room clear. Right clear, left clear.
So as we clear the room, we have to be fast. We have to make sure we follow the rules and like make sure that everything is right.
Okay, stop. Hold. Don't move, huh? Look at yourself. Okay, look at yourself. When you fire the round, is it going to be stable? Are you going to be in stable position? Is your shoulder width apart? Like that?
First three guy.
Look at this. Look at the posture. Look at your leg. Too close. Hey. No. Ah, yes.
In today's context, fighting in these build-up areas is becoming more of a reality. As much as possible, I want to encourage training realism.
Is a medic nearby on
and I knew it was
med
a
coverage?
bad sign that I was pushing myself too hard.
He's probably fine, but typically there's like ambulances and medics around on coverage.
After the morning session, it was a bit close to breaking fast.
I think Sergeant Fauzi has been there, done that. I think he was one of the first to realize that I was not okay. And yeah, I myself was not sure whether I was okay or not. So I'm glad he pulled me out. In a sense, I want to be like him, just to go through SCS and be like, just be that kind of person, just be like outstanding. Like in a sense where you're fasting and you still can do this kind of thing. So I respect him for that.
What's going to happen now? Sergeant Fauzi, Sergeant Dinesh and Sergeant Tingwan will show you on how to clear the room with the proper footwork and voice procedures.
Check up. Advance. Hold. Door open.
Basics of clearing a room is the first man will be the right hand side of the room and the second man will be clearing the left hand side of the room.
Right clear.
Left clear.
Room clear.
And the third man will be covering the door. I believe that the training that we are doing is very important in preparing us for any event of wartime. So by practicing it here in a safe environment, we will be familiar of what to do in the event of an actual war.
Okay, magazine of 4 round load. Hey, once done, take. Flash.
When the U.S. military is firing blank rounds, we'll always have a blank firing adapter to put on the muzzle of the M4, the M16. The reason being is that it's a safety measure, but I don't see any kind of blank firing adapter on their weapons. Is there any kind of blank firing adapter for those weapons?
Don't fire. Fire. Don't bring down your rifle. Hey, aduh. Come out. Out. You go inside, yes. Don't bring down your rifle.
While waiting for my turn to carry out the drill,
I also wanted to add that I'm not going to get into the differences of how the U.S. Army clears rooms versus the Singapore Army, but essentially it's the same principle. Every man has their own job to do, whether you're clearing left, right, or whatnot, and the idea is just to make sure that all areas of a building or an AO is covered. That's all.
I actually noticed that some people before me were struggling and they had to repeat it multiple times.
Okay, if you are clearing the right, you fire.
But the main thing is just don't flag your battle buddy. That's a big one.
Understand?
Moving quick. Fire. Come, crooks, take up. Fire.
Hey. Isaac, I say already, don't bring down your rifle. No, aim down for what? You aiming for rats, is it? Come out.
Aiming for rats.
Hey, don't aim for rats, Aim straight.
Why you bear down?
Scanning. Don't fire. Yes.
I actually studied the theory on the LearnNet platform, so I was familiar with what to do, but
what is that?
Theory. And executing the drill, I found it is actually very hard to form a connection between the theory side and the practical side.
Eventually this becomes muscle memory.
You fire straight away to your blind spot, understand? So you fire straight away to your blind spot. Then you clear your sights.
It just takes practice.
Same as you. He go inside already, you don't have to run. No, it's not peekaboo.
Being the number 2 man, it is a very important role because the moment that I let slip off my guard, then my buddy would get into trouble.
Fire. Understand?
Door left door open.
Cover.
Alright.
Scan.
Scanning. Fire.
Never do the dry run.
Take deliberate shots. Okay?
Yes, Sergeant.
Take up.
It's interesting how they use 3 men. I've never cleared a room with less than 4 men.
Recruit Nabil has showed excellent resilience in carrying on the training. At the end of the day, all of us are doing our national service together.
What makes the room clearing activity so intriguing is that the sergeants for this activity really took a step back, and it forces us as groups of 3 to really think for ourselves, like conduct ourselves properly in the activity. Like you have to rely on one another and not mess it up .
Recruits are like the base of their NS, so you have to build them properly, carefully, strong, not ensure at the same time they do not break down or give up. Just let go like that, let go, that don't care about BMT, NS.
That brought back some memories at least when the guy had a can of kiwi and he was polishing his boots. I remember doing that for hours at basic training in AIT. I'm glad we made the switch to the tan boot though back in 2004, 2005. That was just annoying having to get those boots to be a perfect shine. Anyway, if you've ever heard the term MOUT, Military Operations and Urban Terrain, it is essentially the same thing as CQB. I never learned how to do any of that stuff until I was with my unit at Fort Stewart and in Germany, as the US Army did not teach this stuff until after I left basic training. If you got any value from this video, then please smash that like button and maybe check out episode 6. If it's not filmed, you'll find another good video. Thanks for watching.